you tell us about yourself, your name, age, where you're from.
Okay. Hi, my name is Campbell Reed Andrews. And I'm from San Antonio, Texas. And yes, it's that Andrews family. And yes, Erica is my mother. I am 36 years old. I'm a massage therapist by day and a drag king by night. So I'm rubbing people all kinds of ways in my life.
Girl, is it okay? Well, what's your proper pronoun?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for asking. So I'm gender fluid, so I don't have any preferred pronouns when I'm out of drag. When I'm in drag, I usually go by he, him pronouns.
Thank you for sharing that.
So I started doing drag by accident. I was asked to do Rocky Horror for a musical theater production, and I was like, okay, what is that? I wasn't really having a lot of success at the drag bars and things like that when I first started. And so when I was approached for Rocky Horror, I was like, okay, let's do that. What's that? And I took my drag and started doing musical theater. And I just started getting booked. So I took my male illusion and started singing, acting, and dancing classes and kind of tricking people, the general public of the musical theater community every single day, basically, for the last, I don't know, what, 10 years? So it's been a while. So that's how I kind of got started in musical theater, and that's what I really do a lot of my drag in. And then as far as drag in the basic sense, I started just like most little baby drag kings. I went to the Old Saint. Oh my God. I know.
You're old.
I'm really old. Did I just age myself? I'm 45.
Okay.
No, I went to the Old Saint. They were doing some random like talent night, and I saw actually a cis male performer who was dancing around and doing his thing in a pageant, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't realize that that was a thing. I didn't know that other types of people could do that. I can't even remember who it was.
Manny.
Probably. And I was like, that's what I want to do. I can do that. I can dance. I can be in pageants. I can command the spotlight. And I just put on a do-rag and some baggy clothes and I did it.
Do-rag.
Yes. And then 2012, I decided to take drag a little bit more seriously. That's when I got the Andrews name and I started doing pageants. And now, ta-da, here I am. So the first time I got on a drag stage, I believe, was in 2007. It was kind of like an amateur night. I believe Courtney Devereaux was hosting, and they told me, hey, you want to come and do this? You do this. So I put on a jersey, like a basketball jersey, and some jeans and a do-rag, and I put it all backwards, and I did crisscross. Didn't know not a lick of the words. I was there, and I thought I was a star. And I was, but I probably looked like a hot mess.
Do you remember that one time I backup danced for you?
Yes, I do remember. It was at the other Saint. Damn, the Saint's been good to me, y'all. But it was at the other Saint where that person got stabbed. And I was doing Drag Factor, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, I was doing Drag Factor, and you actually helped me win.
I sure did.
You did. You came out with the African number, and you were like, I put duct tape like this. I remember that.
That was a good time.
So, a lot of people, and by a lot of people I mean myself, I call myself the honey pot king of Texas. And that's just because I'm kind of like a trap, right? Like, you see me, you think I'm one thing, and then I'm something completely different. Like, a lot of men are attracted to me, and then they realize I'm a woman, and it's like, I gotcha! It's an illusion, right? Or women see me, right, and they're lesbians, and they see me, and they're like, ooh, that guy is actually kind of cute. Am I straight? I'm like, oh, you're still lesbian. Sorry. So, honey pot king of Texas, that's me. It's kind of hard because I'm not really, I know this is going to sound probably bad, but I'm not really familiar, right? Like, I know some of them in passing, I've seen some of them at the bar, or I've seen them on flyers, but I'm not super familiar with their performance styles. I didn't go and deep dive into any of their socials or anything like that because I don't want to feel bad about myself. But I feel like just from the chatters, right? Like I have heard some things that can be observer. A lot of people seem to be really concerned with Kendall. And I mean, I get it, right? Like he's polished, he's tall, but he's traditional, right? And in this point in time in drag, traditional doesn't always get you the crown. Because the new generation, right? There's a new era of drag. There's new people coming in, new people creating things. It's more about performance art. Not saying he's not creative, but I think he might have to work a little bit harder in this particular pattern. With this particular group, because even the young boys who've only been doing drag for like a year, even them, you don't really know. They could come out with something completely different that none of us have ever seen before or thought of, because they're just like little like creator factories somewhere in their house. They think about random things. Gen Zers, you know, they're just like all over the place with their fashion. And I think that's great. But for old people like me, right, sometimes we can get stuck in the past. Sometimes we can get stuck with what we're used to, what we're complacent with. So because of the category I am, right, I'm a drag king. So I feel like that has kind of prepped me to be nor here nor there. You don't really know where I'm coming from because I can literally be anything. My closet.
Okay. Your closet just popped out.
My closet did it. But so I don't usually do interviews without being in drag. So the fact that I'm here with my actual face, you can see me. I probably look like a trash bag up here, and you can see my titties too. Look.
Girl, those are pecs.
No, they're titties. You can't see them. So look at it now because you won't see it. Sometimes, you know what, to be honest, as I've gotten older, it's changed. I mean, like what, I was in high school in 2005, so back then, when it came to that type of stuff, right, like, in the lesbian community, it was like, you're a butch or you're a femme, that's it, right? And so as I've gotten older, I've expanded my mind some, right? I feel like I am a little bit more versatile in that aspect, but it also depends on my partner, right? It has to be somebody I trust, it has to be somebody who can be a dominant, right? Like, it's not for everybody. Not everybody is a good dom, let me tell you. Not everybody can be on top. It's a skill. It is a skill. Are you? Or you bottom? We all know. But there are a lot of things I want to say, but in particular, I want to say that this is it, right? Like, this is your abilities. You're able to see a pageant full of cis male performers open their arms to a drag king because that's how it's supposed to be. This is the very, very first ever, like, this is a big deal. No other pageant system has ever allowed a drag king, an AFAB drag king at that, perform or compete with their cis male entertainers. So this is how it's supposed to be. We are equals, right? Like, we can perform, we can entertain, we can compete. We want to do those things. So I'm very grateful for Manny and for the Texas Forever pageant system for allowing me to come and show everybody that the kings in Texas, just as much as the male lead entertainers, are just as capable, just as entertaining, and just as amazing. And I appreciate every single one of you.